and welcome everybody. This is After TUF. I'm Charly Arnolt. Can you believe we are already halfway through season 29 of The Ultimate Fighter? We've already seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you already know it's going to get so much more intense as the competition rolls on. Coming up here on After TUF, we're going to be joined by this week's winner, Ricky Torcios, UFC analyst Chael Sonnen in the house, and as always, our resident reality guru, TJ Lavin, is stopping by. But first, a deleted scene of Torcios talking to his housemates about his favorite thing to do when he's not inside the octagon kicking ass. We now welcome in this week's winner, Mr. Ricky Torcios. Ricky, what's going on? How you doing? Oh, something else you just showed us here. It reminded me of your signature celebratory move that you showed off at the end of the fight once you got that victory. So I want to hear about how you came to come up with this move and really what the meaning behind it is.
Great question.
Team Ortega chose you to face off against their #1 pick, Dan Argueta. Did that add any more pressure to both the lead up to the fight and also your performance against Dan? Well, you took full advantage of this opportunity, and I'm sure you're very thankful because 4 years ago, you actually had the opportunity to compete on Dana White's Contender Series, but you did come up short. So what lessons did you take from that experience that has helped you grow into the fighter that you are today? And one more thing I want to ask you, because your physical game was on full display, but actually you put your mental game on full display as well. You often went into these meditative states throughout the show, and that we saw like time and time again on the episode. What are you thinking about when you go into those states? Well, guess what? You found yourself in the right place. That is here on After TUF with the victory over Dan Argueta. So, Ricky, thank you so very much, and congratulations again. Challenging UFC superfan TJ Lavin. Okay, TJ, Brian Ortega's #1 overall pick, Dan Argueta, revealed that he actually hates fighting because, well, it terrifies him. But, you know, he has to do it because he's good at it. So as a competitor, what are your thoughts when you hear something like that? Because it is crazy to hear.
Well,
Yeah, and you even saw after the fight, you said, you know, you talk about the nerves prior to the fight, but even afterwards, he was going through some pretty extreme emotions, you know, having lost and remembered the nerves that he had going into it. So that was something definitely to recognize. But TJ, in next week's episode, we're going to see two friends step inside the octagon for a chance to advance to the semifinals. So before we get back to the interview, what do you say we check out a sneak peek of Brady Heastand and Josh Reddinghouse chatting prior to their fight? All right, TJ, this is a very, very interesting dynamic. These guys are friends, and now they have to beat the crap out of each other if they want to advance. So how difficult as a competitor is it to take on a friend? Okay, you know what else is badass is going to be this upcoming weekend, UFC 264, because a man who has coached TUF, Conor McGregor, he will be returning. It's the trilogy bout against Dustin Poirier. So how do you see, TJ, this fight playing out? All right, well, it's definitely going to be fun to watch. TJ, as always, thank you so much for your insight, also your time, and we'll see you next week. We saw UFC welterweight contender and TUF Season 15 winner Michael Chiesa join Team Volkanovski to help out with their training. It was really just a bonus that he was able to train with his hometown teammate from Spokane, Brady Heastand. So Chiesa stopped by to let us know what we can expect from Brady before his TUF debut next week. Well, excited for it, Michael. Thank you so much, and thank you to all of you for tuning in, because that is going to do it for After TUF. But we will be back same time, same place next week following the next installment of The Ultimate Fighter right here on ESPN+. So, as always, thanks for being here. I'm Charly Arnolt, and we will see you next week. And do not forget, in the meantime, you can catch me later this week on First Take, also on the First Take, Her Take podcast with new episodes dropping each and every Wednesday. Bye, everyone.